Hey everyone, it's Anna from PNW Blanks and Sublimation, and today I want to introduce you to a brand new tumbler that we are calling the Trifecta. So I already have it wrapped up, but I wanted to show you how cool this lid is before I take it off and toss it in the press. So we call it the Trifecta because it has 3 ways to drink out of it, basically. So it has the pop top and has another top here that you can sip out of it. If you can kind of see that hole in there. And then you can twist this lid off and replace with a regular tumbler lid with the sliding. So this is the Trifecta. It's a 20-ounce skinny tumbler style with basically 3 ways to drink out of it. So I already have it all wrapped up, and you basically will press it just as if you were pressing a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. So I have my press set for 365 degrees for its resting temperature, 367 for its printing temperature, and 35 seconds. So we're going to try 35 seconds. It's a little bit warmer tonight, so basically depending on your environmental conditions around you is going to affect your temperature and your time for your press. So 365 is a pretty good starting point, but you might want to adjust based on if you have a lot of humidity, if it's really warm, if your tumblers are warm. It just, all those will factor in to your settings on your press. You will see that the temperature actually dropped, so that is completely normal. As mentioned in plenty of other videos, basically what's happening is the temperature drops, and then together the temperature of the tumbler and the attachment are going to rise back up, and that produces that nice even sublimation heating, basically that heating transfer. So it's going to heat back up to that 367 printing temperature that we put it at, and then the press will start to count down. So this process does take about a minute and a half or so, and then we'll rotate it. And after we rotate it, we'll wait for the temperature to drop just a little bit, and then we will close the press again. So after it gets back up to the temperature of 367 degrees, the press will start to count down. I'll pause the video and then we'll continue when it's ready to rotate. So now you'll see that it's 367 and it's counting down. All right, just a couple seconds to go. This beep here is the only beep you will ever hear. It doesn't beep constantly. It doesn't continue to beep while we have this open. Nothing like that. You can see steam rising from the press. That is completely normal as well. That is actually the sublimation ink turning from a solid into a gas, and basically the steam rising. So that's not smoke. Your press isn't on fire. That is 100% normal. And you'll see we actually let the temperature drop. I was talking, so I let it drop a little bit more than I normally would, but it dropped below that 367 degrees. And then that way, when we rotate it, it's getting the same amount of time as the first press. And then that way, it's getting even heating on all the sides. All right, just a couple more seconds to go, and then I will show you the trick that we use to make sure that our tumblers are done. And this will help you avoid wasting any tumblers in case it didn't get finished all the way. So we call this the PNW peak method. This is because with the PNW press, you only need 3 pieces of tape to get that full coverage. You don't have to tape the top, you don't have to tape the bottom. Just like in an oven or in a different press that I have seen out there, that people they tape all the way around, so you can't perform this peak method. So what you do is you just take the little tab and then you just kind of peek at it and see if it's done. So you'll notice that the tumbler started to curve right there, and unfortunately I didn't basically knock my transfer up high enough, so we do have a little bit of white spots there. That's probably going to be unavoidable because it is on the curve, but we can toss the bottom back in and see if we can fix that. I might have to, my overlap is so small here. I did it just a little bit too short that we might have to just put a little piece of tape right there just while we put it back in, just to make sure that it's sealed right there. Because if you have any open white spots, then, if you have any open cracks along your seam, then it's going to create white spots. So you will see with my small overlap, we did get a little bit of a line. That's totally normal. Go to any store and you will see the seam. And trust me, they don't look that good. They look kind of crappy, but people still buy those. But look at the top of that. The top looks really great. It doesn't look like it has any white spots at all. So really, if we had just moved that transfer up just a tad in the beginning, then we wouldn't have had to put it back in at all. But if you do have to put it back in, I'm going to show you exactly what you do. Maybe. So I am going to get that back nice and tight, and I'm actually going to add a small piece here and a small piece here. Actually, you know what we're going to do? I don't think I have to do that. I'm going to basically take the middle and I'm just going to rewrap it nice and tight and see if that gap goes away, which it didn't. Well, I think we'll be okay. We're testing. So we'll see how it comes out. So what I'm going to do for that bottom, just that bottom, to see if I can possibly get it basically just a little bit more, then I'm going to stick it back in. And I'm just putting the bottom back in. You'll notice I'm not doing the entire tumbler. Just that bottom part, I'm just barely sticking it in. I'm not putting it all the way to the middle. I'm just sticking it in right where that first adjustment bolt is. And I'm actually going to just tighten it just a hair to make sure we get nice, good pressure on there. And then we'll put it in for about 15 seconds. Rotate it and do another 15 seconds. All right, so we did 2 rotations with just that bottom in there. And now we do our peak. And like I said, we're not going to get completely like the full coverage down there because we didn't, basically it's curved. So the transfer doesn't go, ouch, down that far. So we could have kicked it up just a hair and then we wouldn't have any of that down there. But like I said, this is a test. I'm human, I make mistakes. And let's just go ahead and peek one more time at that top. Well, I didn't really do anything to the top, so I guess we don't have to peek. We are all finished and we will reveal. So this looks awesome. The test is complete. Oops, sorry, knocked the camera there. And here is our finished tumbler. Gorgeous, vibrant. The black looks amazing, not burnt or anything like that at all. Looks fantastic. So pretty. Really cute. Now, you have basically the Trifecta Tumbler. So, like I said, you can do the sliding lid on there. And then you also have the other lid